me live is Jared Sandler at Jared Sandler on Twitter. It is Fan Cred fourth quarter live, and we've got a good one today. It's cold, it's wet, and the Cowboys' run defense just gave up a 15-yard run to Sony Michel. It's Patriots 10. It's Cowboys 6 on Fan Cred Live, brought to you by MyBookie.ag, where if you use the promo code FANCRED, they will double your deposit, Jared, just like that. Right now, it is Cowboys plus 4.5 if you want to go get in some of that action at MyBookie.ag. Cowboys plus 4.5. Now the Patriots kind of driving into Cowboys territory right there with a 15-yard run from Sony Michel. What are your thoughts so far, Jared?
Well, this is a measuring stick game, KT, and it is wet, and I love a good wet measuring stick game, and the Cowboys and the Patriots in a low score and a fair here. Yeah, I'll tell you, I wish the conditions were better. I would have loved to have seen Dak up against this Patriots pass defense in normal conditions. I don't think there's any doubt it's impacted both quarterbacks, but touchdown pass aside, it's not like Tom Brady's out there dicing up the Cowboys defense either. I'm a little surprised the Cowboys haven't had more pressure, certainly not in the first half, although they did get that sack here in the second half from Malik Collins. But this has been a close game. I think we thought that this was very possible. This is a very winnable game. It's a special teams play that's the difference.
At the risk of sounding generic, too, we may not ever see a Dak-Tom Brady matchup again. This might be it. Who knows? Yeah. I was with you. I was kind of hoping we'd get a chance at a good old-fashioned shootout, and just not the case today. Dak has not been good, clearly. Tom Brady has not been good, clearly, but he's made way more plays than Dak has made, and that's kind of been a huge point. But, where are we at right now if Tyron Smith doesn't get called for that holding on the last drive? Maybe the Cowboys are driving.
Let's not forget it.
It's a win in their favor, I believe.
Tom benefited from a special teams turnover, and otherwise maybe he really hasn't made that many more plays. It's funny because throughout the week we're talking about the Cowboys versus the Patriots defense or the Patriots versus the Cowboys defense, all this, and we forget about special teams. And this is an area where the Patriots routinely win. And I know they've missed a couple field goals, but I mean, right now the big difference of the game is that block punt by Matthew Slater and the Patriots' ability to turn it into points.
Yeah, no, you're all over it. And what's the first thing you do when something goes bad? You usually start killing the coach. But Keith O'Quinn is just seen as a nice guy that everyone likes. But he's, in my opinion, should have been on the hot seat for a long time here. The details is what worried me about this game. The details is what prevented me from picking the Cowboys to win this game. I picked the Patriots to win by 3 because of the details and because I think they're going to be more prepared. They're going to be outcoached. Little things. So the block punt, okay, huge. That's a point swing. Missed field goal by Baher, that's fine. Folk missed 2 field goals. That all evens out, in my opinion, at least right now. What about in what this is defined as a classic field position game? The Cowboys take a delay of game, and then they get an illegal motion that makes them re-kick it. So the ball goes from the 18 to the 39-yard line. The Patriots get a free 20 yards because the Cowboys showed some incompetence in getting a punt off. That's the crap that's going to cost you a game, because whatever you want to say about this drive right now is the Patriots are now at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Well, take that 20 yards back, and the Patriots are at the 50 right now, and they're still having to earn it. So, yeah, that's very frustrating, and that's probably what we're going to, if the Cowboys lose, that's going to be the number one thing that we say tomorrow is, I know the offense couldn't get going, but, man, special teams killed us. I thought Troy's comment in the first half, Troy said, I would not have had a chance back in my day in these conditions. I thought that said a lot, and I think that's where I kind of give Dak and Tom Brady a big amount of leeway today, just because, dude, it's hard to complete passes in this weather.
Did Brady just miss a throw there? I mean, that was looked like he had a guy open there at the seam.
Tom's missed a few throws today, man.
They both have. I mean, I don't know that Tom has necessarily outplayed Dak, although that right there on third down, that's a big-time throw.
And we go into man coverage again, it looked like, and Cheeto on Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers just ate our lunch today, and there it is, just too much cushion. Jacoby Myers able to get the first down on 3rd and 9.
KT, we talk so much about the need for, and I love Dak. I'm a big Dak guy, but one thing that's impressive about Brady is that he is, outside of Julian Edelman. I mean, he's throwing to Jacoby Myers. He's been throwing to Mohamed Sanu. Not necessarily today, but it doesn't matter who you stick there. He does a pretty good job of using whatever he has, however good, however bad.
So the touchdown pass to N'Keal Harry was Tom's 75th to a 75th different Patriot. So think about where Aaron Rodgers is in his career at 36 years old or whatever. Aaron Rodgers has only thrown touchdown passes to 37 people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Half of the people that Tom Brady has thrown touchdown passes to. That's a credit to the scheme. It's a credit to everything. But I wasn't huge on N'Keal Harry. I think I got a third-round grade on him. I didn't think he was a separator, but that touchdown pass, that physical back shoulder, play that he made on Byron Jones, that's kind of what he is. 2nd and 9, incomplete to Edelman, and they're going to get a flag, though. Are they going to get Jalen on a hold or pass interference here? Edelman was kind of cutting over the middle. Yeah,
that's a good call. Who hasn't been a factor since the Patriots have the ball right now, who at times just takes over games for them. We really haven't heard James White's name a whole lot, just a couple carries, 2 targets. Cowboys have done a nice job of neutralizing him, but maybe it's come at the expense of something else. It's not like the Patriots are doing a whole lot offensively. Again, their only touchdown.
Yeah.
Incredibly short field thanks to a block punt by longtime special teams ace for them, Matthew Slater.
It hasn't always been pretty, but the defense has been pretty good today. I mean, pretty much every time things have gotten real difficult, they've kind of hunkered down and done a pretty good job. Right now it's 1st and 10, and they have the New England's at the moment, the Cowboys 14. And you see DeMarcus Lawrence making a play, and there's -4. So another 2nd and 14 coming up. I was very annoyed by that 3rd and 20 play, but they ended up buckling down and getting out of it, So, I mean, I don't think you can be mad at the defense. You need your offense to make 1 or 2 big plays. And it just hasn't happened yet.
Just to be sure, I was complimenting the defense, was not criticizing the defense. No.
Absolutely, no. It's about 10 and a half left. This has now been about a 5-minute drive. What we've seen, well, it's 2nd and 14. Let's talk about this play first. James White in the backfield again, it looked like. And they get a little jump ball to N'Keal Harry, no good. Byron handles that up. So 3rd and 14 coming up for the Patriots. I want to talk about Dak real quick because, he put the glove on. I don't know what the offense could – the Patriots play a real stingy pass defense. You can see at times the lack of willingness to throw the ball down the field, whether that's schematic or whether that's Dak. That is something that's been there. You have not seen them try to get the ball down the field. But, maybe they will now when you're down 4th quarter, 10 minutes left. 3rd and 14, the Patriots try a screen, and Michael Bennett breaks it up, pushes him back really to the 26. So Nick Folk's going to come out. And there's the defense, like you said, Jared, again, making another stand just like that.
Yeah, they have not given up a touchdown when the Patriots have had to drive more than, 25 yards. And that's Patriots offense has sputtered here of late, but still impressive. It'd be great if the Cowboys could make a big special teams play here and block this kick, or if Folk misses it. But now the Cowboys are going to have to do something that, no matter whether he makes it or not, the Cowboys are going to have to do something they haven't done all game, and that's score a touchdown. And they're likely going to have to do it by driving the length of the field, whether he makes this or not.
Nick Folk puts it through there, Jared. So 13-6, Patriots lead the Cowboys. And honestly, that's where those 2 penalties when you punted come into play, because the Patriots would have started that drive on their own 18. Instead, they started that drive on their own 39. Huge difference, and the Patriots now lead by 7. I want to remind you that you can pop on the fan line if you hit it in the bottom right corner. If you want to pop on air with us, that's the fan line. Also, leave your comments in the comment box. We'll be running through those. This is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code FANCRED, and you can double your deposit just like that. So I'm sure the money line will change a little bit with that field goal. 13-6. Real quick throughout the day, Jared, Seahawks defeat the Eagles. Carson Wentz looked like garbage. Saints sneak one out at home over the Panthers, but the Saints all of a sudden look very beatable,
Yeah.
Tonight you get Packers and 49ers. And Cowboys win this game, and I think you go, oh, okay, now I can talk about you like these teams. But, this is going down the path of kind of what we thought might happen. Close game, but the details end up costing you the game. And maybe that's Belichick over Garrett, or maybe it's bigger than that, but that's just kind of my feeling the whole day was, we really going to get this game? I don't know, man. Just never felt right to me. I don't know about you, how you felt coming into the game.
Well, here's what I thought. I thought that this was going to be a close game. I think the conditions certainly improved the chances of that. To me, I feel like in close games, you talked about this earlier, details matter. I think coaching matters. And, those little game-changing plays that maybe you don't think about in advance. And I just couldn't bring myself to believing that the Cowboys had the advantage in those situations. Coaching, no. Details, no. And that maybe falls under coaching. So I thought it could be a close game. I don't know. I think in order to win that, you need those things on your side. And that's where, the coaching matchup favors the Patriots in a big way. So, no, didn't think the Cowboys would win, but I definitely thought this was a very winnable game.
Money line now at 6.5. 6.5 at MyBookie.ag with it 13-6. And obviously, this is a very big test for Dak because what you're going to have right here is the crowd noise getting very loud. Cowboys haven't really had great field position today. Tony Pollard's back to get the kick, 9:30 left. But now, I believe, just monitoring the broadcast up until we started here in the fourth quarter, I believe the Cowboys are going to be against the win here. Is that right? Oh, my God, the ball.
I want to tell you something, KT, based on what we just saw. You talked about details. The Patriots have – I don't know if it's intentional, but the Patriots have kicked it short every time, and they're forcing the Cowboys to make plays in a kickoff return with the thought that, all right, let's say they end up past the 20, 25. It's not like they're going to start at the 40. Forcing them to hold on to the ball, forcing them to catch kickoffs. And look what it's doing. To me, that's a little detail. You talked about field position. That makes a big difference. They're not just letting them let the ball travel through the end zone and start at the 25. And it's almost cost the Cowboys a couple of times. And here, they start with even worse field position because they're just not prepared to handle that situation in this weather.
I agree, man. And a couple things here. This is not the first problem we've had with special teams. It's been a problem all year long. So they try to go get a little Zeke action right there, and Zeke gets about 5. Zeke's numbers so far today, Jared, that's going to put him at 20 carries for 83 yards, 4.2 a carry. And then, Randy's asking here, why no motion or spread in the run game? There hasn't been a ton of crazy things happening in the run game. It's kind of been pretty basic. I would have liked to see Dak get a chance to run a few times. Haven't seen that at all. So, 2nd and 5 will play action.
Oh.
And I will not do play-by-play, but I will react and tell you that Randall Cobb has just made a huge play over the middle of the field. In fact, the ball was popped out at the end, and he caught it again after he was running with the ball. Just running a little drag route over the middle. And I love the double deep cross because it picked Jonathan Jones and then Cobb up the sideline. Not really having the speed to take it to the house anymore, but although there's a flag, it's going to be illegal hands to the face on defense. Declined. So right there, 59-yard play to Randall Cobb, and that will put the Cowboys at the New England 25-yard line.
It's a great play by Cobb. He angled that perfectly. Once he fit through a little seam there created by the defenders. He didn't allow himself to get displaced on his route. Ran it at an angle to give Dak a better lane. That's a great route there by a veteran receiver.
We think of pick plays. We always think of those shallow plays, Man, that's the deep pick because the double deep crosser right there just ran your defender into him, and Jonathan Jones got caught up in the traffic. I think it was Amari Cooper's guy coming across. He got caught up in the traffic.
Nope.
A little attempt at something creative right there.
That's like Garrett. Like Belichick's great at that. Garrett's like the kid who's not funny trying to make a joke. That's like what that was. Garrett's not good, like being creative, and here he is like trying to make like a joke or like get creative. And you end up with that.
Belichick's got the perfect comedic timing. Garrett just takes it one step too far. That guy, hold on. The joke was funnier when Belichick did it. It's interesting trying to get Pollard going in motion, then fake the reverse to Tavon Austin. Is that Witten in the game or Jarwin? It's Witten split out. I mean, there's not going to be any separation.
Yeah.
Good screen to Zeke, though. That's Zeke creating on his own right there. And I don't think Zeke's been bad today. I don't think there's been a lot of room to run, but there's been some carries when Zeke's kind of made nothing and turned it into 4. And that's Zeke at his best.
Prevented -2 and got back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, again, the wiggle is not what it used to be. The getaway speed is not what it used to be. But, I mean, we've seen these receivers. These receivers are having trouble catching the ball. Even that little screen pass right there was trouble for him. The Cowboys are now at the 14, Jared, at the 14-yard line.
Oh, my Lord. I thought Dak was about to pitch it right to whoever was on the edge there for the Patriots. I couldn't see who it was.
Not really good with what they call pitch integrity right there.
Yeah.
As Dak and you're going option left. I like the idea. I think right there instead of the pitch, I would like to see Dak just kind of cut it upfield. And I know we're taking a risk of him taking a big hit and all that stuff, but you know we're kind of in nut cutting time now.
Quality right
on the 11. Who's going to make the play for the Cowboys? It's got to be someone. They go empty. Ooh, Zeke split out wide.
And that's just they go to Witten there in the end zone. Interesting. Probably took him about 40 seconds to move all the way to that part of the field. But, you know, when they split Zeke out wide, I mean, that's great. It spreads things out a little bit. But he's just not a threat there. We talked about this last week. You put McCaffrey, you put Kamara, you put some of these other guys out wide from the running back spot. They're threats. James White, he's a threat. Zeke's best as a pass catcher out of the backfield, working near the line of scrimmage, maybe a Texas route or two. So, you know, I just don't know that the Patriots really have to respect Zeke when they split him out like that.
I agree, man. That's what we saw at the end of that game. It was at the Minnesota game. It's like, oh, well, it just didn't feel like that was something that had to be respected. 3rd and 7. Dak hits Jarwin at the back of the end zone, but out of bounds. There's a couple things I would say. I do like Jarwin getting involved in the offense. And again, we've had this conversation. It feels like every week. But like, if you're going to go split out empty, then get your weapons out there. If you're going to on 2nd down, split out empty, then have Jarwin in for Witten. Like
6:08 left. You kick it or no? Because you're going to have to get a touchdown anyway. It's not like field goals aren't going to do anything for you. And I just wonder if you're not better off trying to go for this. Because the Patriots are the type of team, they're wizards. 6 minutes left. I mean, you might not touch the ball. Or
I'm going for it. I'm going for it here, and the conditions are a part of why I'm going for it here, because I'm going to make the Patriots go 90. Well, really, 60 yards on me to get in field goal position. Right? Like, to me, I go for it, and I make the Patriots drive down the field.
Yeah.
To me. But that's not what they're doing. Maher is lining up for a 29-yarder that would cut the lead to 4. So if you went and got some money line action, you might have been in good shape.
To me, you gotta score a touchdown once, and they haven't done it all game, but this is the closest they've gotten. And I just think you play great teams like the Patriots. 6 minutes seems like a lot. Seems like you gotta. It seems like you're going to get the ball back at some point, but I don't know. I mean, the Patriots are the type of team. They kick the field goal and you get the ball back with like 40 seconds or something. I just think that's your best. That could very well be your best chance to score a touchdown, and the risk of not getting it is not high enough for me to want to kick a field goal. Kind of.
You also, You also could have got a first down there too with 4th and 7. It's not like you have to score right there.
Right. Exactly.
You know, like there was room to get a first down, but like, yeah, I think your point stands. I think it's all of that. You got to get in the end zone. It's as close as you've been. What you said is all over it, and then I'm going to go back again and reiterate it again. If you don't get it, okay, Patriots have the ball at their own 10-yard line. Go 60 yards on me. They haven't proven they can do that. So, you know, what are we talking about here? As Matthew says in the comment box, same old conservative Garrett. And that's what he is at his core, man. I don't know what the analytics would say right there. The analytics probably tell you to go for it, I would imagine. But, you know, that one to me is not hard. Get a stop, get the ball back, score a touchdown, win. Okay, but I haven't been in the end zone today. Like, it's way different if this has been a high-scoring game. You know, maybe maybe not. I don't know, man. To me, I'm going there. I don't think I'm being emotional when I say that.
No, yeah.
I think all the reason that you laid out makes a lot of sense. How many more big plays are you going to get like that 60-yarder you got to Cobb?
Right.
You're probably not going to get another one today. So, you know, and this also get a stop if we're being realistic. Let's say that the Patriots get a 6-play drive here, and then you get a stop. Let's be realistic and say they get a first down, and then you get a stop. What are we talking about? 3.5 minutes left. You got one more chance.
You're lucky.
So, you know, I go for it there. I try to get the touchdown. If I don't get it, let's go defense. It's fine. I trust you. So, but hey, there's probably a lot of people on the other side of the coin there sitting there, weighing in on that. Hey, Jared, we got someone backstage now on the fan line, and you can also join. If you want to join on the fan line, just click the fan line button, and we'll get you on. We have Jeff ready to pop on the fan line. So we'll bring on Jeff momentarily. 13-9. Patriots lead. About 6 minutes left in the game. Hey, Jeff, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, my guy?
What's up?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, man. Just kind of, man, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this game. I mean, with the elements and everything, but the one thing I did want to point out is elements or not, man, Cheeto has just not played, in my mind. I don't feel like he's played that great this year.
Cheeto makes you nervous about not signing or franchise tagging Byron Jones, I think.
Oh, without a doubt.
And that's kind of where I was in the boat of hoping that Cheeto would take another developmental year. And then, you have Jordan Lewis, and then maybe I franchise Byron. Maybe Anthony Brown goes in free agency, or maybe I keep Anthony Brown for cheap. But, yeah, Cheeto's lack of development is inability to really to really play well in man coverage across the field. You know who he is? He's Brandon Carr. And that's not the worst thing in the world. It's not like he's a liability every week, but he is a weak spot at the cornerback position. So,
well, and
to me,
the thing is like Jordan Lewis, I would prefer to see him be CB2 personally.
Well,
I feel like he's a better player.
This is where Anthony Brown should have been playing on the outside, and Jordan Lewis as your nickel guy. Yeah. As your slot guy or whatever. Like the talk was always Anthony Brown or Jordan Lewis. It's like, well, Cheeto should have been a guy. So, that's been difficult to see. But as Tom gets a pass to Edelman for 5, and then another one to Rex Burkhead. So there's the first down I was mentioning there, Jared. Jeff, what were your thoughts? Did you want them to kick that field goal or go for it right there?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's 6 and 1, half a dozen the other. I mean, these weather conditions have just kind of screwed everything up. I will say this. I think in a dome, at home, I think the Cowboys beat the Patriots by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's just very interesting to say. And thank you, Jeff. We appreciate the time. We appreciate you hanging out with us every week, man. Really appreciate it, man. That's Jeff K. That's a good dude right there. And if you want to join on with us on the fan line and pop on the video stream, all you got to do is hit the button at the bottom right there, and we'll get you in there. Leave your comments in the comment box. It is unfortunate that I think we'll never get to see this game indoors.
Yeah. Because even Miami's not going to be indoors, but probably better weather.
Yeah, well, it's indoors. I mean, in good offensive conditions, because the Cowboys have a clear better offense than they do. But I think the Patriots have such a better pass defense, and you've seen it today. They do really good at that. So an incomplete pass there. We're under 5 minutes left now, Jared. 2nd and 10 for the Patriots as they lead 13-9. And the Patriots have been going to the air pretty much every time on this drive. A little floater pass.
Edelman beating up Jordan Lewis there.
Let's see the floater pass. The little floater pass right there to Edelman. Oh, on Jordan Lewis too. As soon as we brag on the guy a little bit. But Edelman's been made some tough catches today. As Jordan weighs in the comment box, this is such a hard game to watch.
That's a great route by Edelman in tough conditions. If you can execute that route in these conditions, I don't know that there's a cornerback who's going to be able to stay with you. That's a great job by Edelman.
And we've seen the Cowboys do a little more just kind of man coverage today. And I think that's something that you look at it and go, Jacoby Myers, Edelman, N'Keal Harry, yeah, let's lock them down. It hadn't really worked too much. The run defense has actually turned out to be okay. I think I'm gonna look at Michelle's numbers. I don't think it's like 17 for 72. Both run defenses have been about 4 yards a carry, so nothing crazy there. You can live with it, absolutely.
There you go. That's big stop there behind the line.
That's Dorrance Armstrong and Kerry Hyder out there on 2nd down, getting a big run stop. Now, I would assume on 3rd down that Tank and Robert Quinn are coming back in the game here because this is a must stop right here.
If the Patriots get like 5-6 yards, what do you think they do?
I think they go for it. It's 3rd and 6. I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 10, Jared, on the 41. Tank and Quinn are back in the game. Michael Bennett
not give up any yards. That's huge. And so Burkhead dropping that is huge. Even if he's not going to get the first down, that puts the Patriots in a position to make a decision. Now they're not in that position. That's a huge drop right there by Burkhead because you're right. I think they go for it if they get those 5 yards. And if they go for it and get it, then this game's pretty much over.
They would have gone for it on 4th and 5 for sure. And also, Jared, the clock would have ran to about 10.
If they get that, they could easily, if they end up converting the first down, they're probably in a position where they're going to end up running the clock out. That's just
Cobb. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, man. Cobb back to get the punt. Patriots snapping the ball at the Cowboy 41, so the punter's going to probably lift off at around the 50. And it is down inside the 10. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's really good special teams right there. And a field position game, like we've said, little things like that, little yards like that are huge. And Cowboys got to go get 7. And this is exactly what you're saying. Would the Cowboys have a better chance to get 7 than what they had earlier? Now that they have the ball at their own 6-yard line, I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so.
See, 13-9, 2:40 left. Reminder, this is all brought to you by MyBookie.ag. We do it every week. Next week, we have we've got Thanksgiving action. Yeah, we got the Bills on Thursday, so hopefully you can get away from your family and join us on Thursday. Thanksgiving. 8-3 Bills,
yeah, the 8-3 Bills who took care of business against the Broncos today. Cole Beasley with a touchdown. Speaking of receivers, what you got on Amari Cooper today?
Well, here's what I got stats-wise. I've got you for 0 catches for 0 yards, but that one was brought back. Right?
What if he had no catches for 7 yards? That would be pretty sweet.
That would be awesome. I've got 1 target to him officially. It really would have been 2 if that one play was not brought back. Edelman 8-93.
Amari obviously not 100% healthy, but he's been. I mean, obviously, he's a non-factor is an understatement. Sometimes receivers run around and they draw attention, and maybe they don't put up the numbers, but he hasn't even got into that low bar today.
So they've gone Gilmore on him, right? So and Gilmore,
Cooper's missed. I mean, he hasn't even played. I'd love to see his snap count. I feel like he's been off the field, not for critical plays necessarily, but I don't know that his snap count is what you would want it to be if you were healthy.
So I kind of hypothesized that they might put Gilmore on Gallup, double team Cooper with the McCourties.
Well, one of the McCourties is out.
And then there's
right. One of the Jason McCourty is out.
Yeah. At the time, I didn't know that.
Oh, you're saying
but Cobb, Jonathan Jones, J.C. Jackson. Could Cobb win those battles? And we've seen Cobb make that one play, but that was a deep pick play. I mean, I give that credit to the design more than I do Cobb. But Gallup 2 catches for 33 yards, 4 targets. Like the only guy with more than 5 targets for the Cowboys is Randall
This
Cobb.
Could be a season-defining drive for Dak, KT. I mean, that's. I know it hasn't been a great game, but if he could pull a rabbit out of his hat here, that's like an MVP type, season-defining, player-defining type of drive.
We have Witten in the game. We have Cobb in the game. We have Cooper and Gallup. So it's your basic. And they brought the blitz up the middle, and he hits Cobb to the 27. That is a huge play.
Cobb's so great at the seam.
That was not a blitz. That was just a Vince Wilfork clone getting
before it came out of retirement.
Good Lord. 2:15 left. Cowboys driving on their own 26.
I mean, it's just got to be caught. Witten's in there for one reason. That's because he's got sure hands, not because he's going to give you anything after the catch. So that's just inexcusable.
How many drops is that for Witten today?
2. Yeah.
2. And I can't express that enough. 2nd and 4 is so much more helpful because then you can mess around with, hey, maybe I'm going to give it to Zeke. Maybe I'm going to. 2nd and 4 is way more helpful than second.
He's getting out of there too.
This catches that. Probably the last play before the 2-minute warning here with 2:06 left.
All right.
That is Gallup. Yeah, that's a Gallup for 9. 2-minute warning. It'll be 3rd and 1. So here we are. We got a long way to go.
Let's get this out now. 3rd and 1. This is 4-down territory. Do you run it on 3rd and 1?
Oh, I don't have a problem doing that. I think you get to the line of scrimmage and make the call.
Sure.
But you have plenty of time.
Understanding that if they're, the whatever the play call is, if you call a couple plays in the huddle. But I have zero issue. That's been a hot topic all year. I have zero issue if they run it. Frankly, KT, I have zero issue if they run it twice here and they don't get it. If they do, I'm not going to rip Garrett and say that, you took the ball out of your best player's hands like, we were saying after the Minnesota game.
Yeah. 3rd and 1. See what the Patriots, well, I'm sure they'll have something disguised pretty well. But the Patriots are probably still thinking, if we give up a 1st down, it's not the worst thing. Just don't give up a big play. This is where I want to go back to something, though. It's 13-9. Like, either way, let's say that you went for it and didn't get it on the touchdown back at the 6-minute mark. Okay? The Patriots do this drive. You eventually get the stop. Like, you need the touchdown either way is the whole point of it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to win it right now, but I would still take my chances. Hey, let's get that touchdown that we haven't gotten. And you're right. You made a great point earlier. If it was 33-29 and not 13-9, maybe it's a different conversation because you've shown the ability to drive down the field and finish the job. They haven't shown that today.
Yeah. Misty Jones weighs in here. Misty Jones Wilson, by the way. Sorry. She says, "Go Cowboys! Everyone, hold on to your butts. Be the MVP here, Dak." Jared, hold on to your butt.
Let's do it
man.
together. Ready? 3, 2. How do I do this? I'm gonna hold on to my butt.
Stand up and clench. I'm just kidding. There it is. Jared is holding on to his
hold on to your
butt.
butt. You're gonna leave me stranded.
No, I'm just sitting down in my recliner, so I've got my hands underneath my butt.
I asked my wife once if I had a nice butt, and she said it's average.
Just average, right? Just average. No worries. MyBookie.ag is in the house. The promo code's FanThread, so make sure you get some action on that. 2 minutes left, Jared. What is your preferred selection here? 3rd and 1?
I'm running. Wait, what's that MyBookie live line right now? We got that?
Well, we'll see if we can get our producer Andrew to hook us up with the live money line here in a minute. 3rd and 1. The ball's at the 35. I kind of like taking a shot here.
Nah, I want to get the first down. Normally, I would agree with you. Looks like they agree with you, though. Oh.
We got a flag, huh? So they hit Zeke, gets the first down, but we're going to get a hold.
Yeah, see,
probably on Connor Williams or Tyron.
I mean, easy to say this, but that's why I run the ball. Just don't mess around, get the first down, and go from there.
Who's this on? It's tripping again. Dude, that was not intentional. That's a bad call. That's a really bad call. 3rd and 11. Cowboys got to dig out and get yards here. Money line, Jared. I'm sorry. It's moved to +3 at MyBookie.ag. So based on if they get points here or not. So if you like that action, hop on MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code FanCred. They'll double your deposit. 13-9. 3rd and 11. A lot of work to do here. Witten is lined up in the slot, and I can't tell you how much I hate that. Dak pressured, has to throw it away. 4th and 11. I'm going for it. I'm not punting. The Cowboys have all 3 timeouts, so I think the clear play is to go for it. And then if you don't get it, you can still hold the Patriots to a field goal or get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. But 4th and 11. I'm so nervous.
I agree with that. No matter what happens, I agree with the decision there.
I do too, and I just hate that Witten's in the game right here. I mean, he doesn't have time to get to the first down marker. So, like, if he's not into block, then why is he in the game? Patriots kind of showing blitz, though. Oh, he ripped it over the middle. It's caught. Cooper caught it.
Saying he did. Let's see the replay.
It was not a good throw.
Oh, I don't know if he caught it.
Brown helped him. They need to snap it. God dang it, they couldn't snap it. And it's a booth review, so yeah, ball hits the ground. Yeah, ball hits the ground to help the catch. That's an incomplete pass, huh?
Wow.
He just wasn't a good enough throw by Dak either. So all that time ran off too, Jared, trying to get to the line. So 128 is where we stand.
So I could be wrong, KT. If it's ruled incomplete, do they not move the clock back?
They should. You're right. You're right.
I just don't.
I don't know.
I don't understand the trip.
The tripping penalty is just such a bad call. Travis was just trying to move his body and get over there. But, you know, I say that without knowing the definition of that rule. You know? Is the definition of that rule that you can't prevent someone getting there from your lower body? Because that's what he did. He prevented the pass rusher from getting there with his lower body. But I think earlier in the game, Pereira said you have to have intent. And I did not see intent.
Yeah, definitely no intent there.
So what we're going to get now is they're going to bump the clock up. They're going to call it incomplete. The clock's got to raise up to what, 142, 143? That's just a bad call. I'm trying to get on Twitter right now, so I'm trying to see what everyone's saying on Twitter too, to make sure I'm not misinterpreting. They are overturning this right now, so it's going to be I don't know, man. The tripping penalty bothers me, but look, dude, calls are missed in this league. There's other things
Yeah,
you could have done.
not blaming the game on the tripping, but I mean
because
that's
man,
a cocktail.
you should show some nuts. You should show some nuts and go try to get a touchdown back in. So they did bump the clock up to 144. So you know, it sucks, but like, look, everyone gets screwed by the refs. Special teams, your lack of gonads down the stretch. There's a couple things that bother me. So I have right now though 144 left. You got 3 timeouts, so you've got a chance to get the ball back. You just got to get a stop.
Yeah, but you're going to likely have to score a touchdown with no timeouts, and that's just. That's a bad first down play because now the Patriots are in a great position to keep you on your toes. I mean, now play action is play action was in play to begin with, but I don't know. I'm envisioning the Patriots passing for a first down, and that's the ball game.
Yeah, 2nd and 5. The Cowboys got good penetration right there on first down, but they just couldn't get through it.
Is this Tiz? This is a road game against a team that doesn't lose at home, and the Cowboys aren't getting blown out or anything. But do you look at this as a really disappointing loss, like the same way we've looked at other losses, like the Vikings loss or the Packers loss, which were good losses to good teams, or do you put this on a different level? Because that's the game now. I mean.
There's the handoff to Sony Michel, and that's the game right there. Yeah, runs you for the first down inside the 10.
I mean, what the Cowboys should do is let him score now. I mean, that's their only chance.
Well, to me, and I'm not dodging your question, Jared, but the fact that you can't look back and say that we stole one against the Packers, Saints, Vikings, or Patriots.
I agree, yeah.
That's where you have issues because the Eagles looked like complete ass garbage today. Okay? And they're 5-6, but they're about to go square off against the Eagles. Against the Dolphins next week. So,
and
I don't know, man.
I mean, you mentioned this. The 8-3 Bills coming to town. That's a game maybe before the season we look at it and say, oh, that's a nice Thanksgiving homecoming type matchup, but don't look like it. That's another good defense.
Yeah, they're 8-3, and they can give you problems in a lot of areas, especially we saw Driscoll give them problems with his feet. I mean, Josh Allen can play from a scrambling. I guess overall he can run. He can do some things that make you nervous.
Is he better or worse? Is he what you thought he'd be, or is Josh Allen better than you thought, or how would you assess his performance so far?
He's been better than I thought, but I still, I don't think he's some guy who's going to go win you many playoffs.
No, I agree.
But that the Bills have benefited from the same thing the Patriots have benefited. There's no one in their division, But I mean, if you guys think this is, and I'm just kind of getting my Twitter pulled up here. If you guys think the refs are the problem with this game, then there's too much other crap. You let details beat you, man. You let details beat you. You let giving them 20 yards on that punt sequence right there where it was 10-6. That made it 13, If you needed 2 scores or you needed a touchdown, well, that 21-yard, that really was a 5-yard penalty, but it was a 21-yard penalty from a field position standpoint. That's a big part of this thing today too. The block punt's a big part of this thing. Dak not knowing to wear gloves, like not making that adjustment till the second quarter, it's kind of a part of this thing. Amari Cooper being ineffective is a part of this thing. Your number one corner played well. Byron played well, but in the end, one team got in the end zone today, and it's because a rookie wide receiver bodied up your number one cornerback. Like, that's a part of it. So, again, like your question was like, hey, do you frame all this with these other – I just put it together and I go 6-5. Our road to winning the division is way tougher than the Eagles' road to winning the division. The Eagles have one tough game left, and it's us on December 22nd. And I think the Cowboys are going to be in a position where they have to win that game.
Yeah.
Dude, they got out-coached. What's this come down to every week? They got out-coached.
Yeah. And
overall, they got.
And it might not even be. You mentioned this earlier, Keith O'Quinn. It's maybe not even that Garrett was the only one getting out coached. I mean, the Cowboys. Not that the Patriots perfect on special teams, but I mean, a big special teams play was the difference because there was one touchdown scored, and N'Keal Harry made a catch on the left side of the end zone, but it was made possible because of a block punt. And it's if you want to simplify this game. A block punt was the most important play of the entire game.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And that, there's 2 seconds left. It's 4th and goal. Like 5 seconds left. So you go to 6 and 5. Jared, let's quickly run through it because it is important. I'm going to just let you go with your gut here. Kind of mock win-loss this thing for me. I'm pulling up the schedule, sorry. Here it is. 6 and 5. Bills at home Thanksgiving. They're going to have a second left of the clock. Wow. Okay. This is where Kellen.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore your question. I was just trying to check.
Yeah, Brady throws the lob pass. There's 1 second left. And this is where Kellen Moore has been drawing up the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, just like that kid from the Little Giants.
Larry weighs in, says Cowboys have beat the trash of the NFL and have lost to legit contenders.
Yep.
I think that pretty much sums it up. And then that sum up your fear. Hey, if this team's good enough to get to the playoffs, what's going to happen when they play legit contenders in the playoffs? They're going to lose. Like whatever you want to say about Garrett. Garrett's record against winning teams in his career is in the 300s in terms of percentage. Like, he's an over 500 head coach. He is a 300 winning percentage against winning teams head coach.
Yeah.
And that matters. That absolutely matters.
Yeah, he's the Kirk Cousins of head coaches.
He kind of is.
Except I like Kirk Cousins.
You don't like Garrett?
Nope.
So here it is. Here's the Eagles' schedule. At Miami. Oh, that should be tough. Giants.
Win.
Washington.
Win.
Dallas at home.
All right, let's set that one aside.
Giants.
Should be a win.
So they're going to go 4 out of their last 5 to get to 9 and 7.
And it's in Philadelphia?
It's a race to 10 wins is what this thing is.
Is it fair to say the Eagles are going to be favored in every one of their remaining games? Not that guarantees anything, but just to kind of frame it a little bit.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, the Cowboys have Buffalo. Could be tough. They're 8 and 3. At Chicago, again, we saw how they played in these conditions today. So I don't know how you feel about these conditions.
I love Belichick running
That's
with his headset on.
I'm not scared of the Bears, but that is a problematic game.
It's not a gimme.
Against that defense, too, that's a problematic game.
Yep. Who else?
Rams. I mean, the Rams play the Ravens tomorrow night. The Rams just got that win over the Bears to give them momentum, so they're 6 and 4. Rams, let's say they beat the Ravens. The Rams are a 7 and 4 team.
Yep.
Whether the Rams beat the Ravens or not, that is a very losable game. At Philly and then Washington. You had to get one of those games, whether it was Minnesota, whether it was New England, and you didn't. And you opened it up for a bad team like the Eagles to come get you. So it's on you, man. It's all on you. Because if you're 7 and 4 and they're 5 and 6, you're still feeling good about cushion. You don't have that anymore. Eagles aren't going to help you out. Like, the Eagles aren't world beaters, but, dude, they're not going to go lose to the Dolphins or Giants or Redskins.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. And those teams are now, like, I'm going to say that they're playing for losses or anything, but, like, maybe you get there late in the year. Teams start like I could see the Giants going, let's load manage Saquon. Why would we run Saquon for nothing? Like things like that. So that's frustrating. one last comment. Pete says they beat themselves. Against trash teams, you can get away with it, but good teams, it's too hard to overcome. Man, I couldn't agree more, Pete. I couldn't agree more. Jared, Cowboys lose. Your closing thoughts. And then I'm going to go to mybookie.ag, use the promo code FANCRED, and get some money on this Packers 49ers game tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one, by the way. I'm really excited to see that. But final thoughts. Well, I'll repeat what I said earlier. It just this was a winnable game. Are they? I disagree with Jeff, who called in or joined us earlier and said that he thinks neutral side or better conditions, the Cowboys are a 2-touchdown better team. I disagree. I think that conditions being equal, I think the Patriots are still the better team, but the conditions neutralize this a little bit. And the Cowboys, you mentioned this, they're going to have to win at least one game against a really good team, maybe a team that's better than them, if they're going to win the division. And this game was a perfect opportunity for that. And, I just wish that Jason Garrett had some balls. I don't know how else to put it. I guess I could be more delicate. I apologize. But winning football, you play blackjack by the book, all right? Because blackjack is all about numbers and percentages, and there's nothing that a deck can't have a fifth ace. A deck can't have a fifth whatever card. You don't know the outcomes necessarily, but you know that it's absolutely going to fall within this circle. Football, it's so much wider. And the book probably told him to kick the field goal there, but my goodness, that's what separates the average coaches and guys who are going to steal wins for you. And kind of frustrating.
I think you nailed it live as it was happening. You got to score a touchdown at some point in this game. Like, you weren't going to have 3 chances to get the ball and kick 3 field goals. You had to get a touchdown. You should have at least given it a shot there.
Yeah.
That's way a bigger issue than the ref thing. Like, the special teams issue too. Cowboys 6-5. We'll be back on Thursday. Thursday, it's Cowboys Bills. Remember, go to mybookie.ag and use the promo code FANCRED. Say you put $100 down. Well, then you have $200 in your account, just like that. So they will add money to your account. +3 is the line for Packers right now. Packers +3 for Packers 49ers tonight. mybookie.ag, promo code FANCRED. Fourth quarter live coming at you Thursday on Thanksgiving. So if you want to get away from the family, just go in the side room, download the free FanCred app, or go to fancred.com. And we'll be back for another really exciting edition of Fourth Quarter Live on FanCred. Because, gosh dang it, Jared, the Buffalo Bills are in town, and it's always fun when the Bills are in town. So after that Ellie Goulding halftime show, the third quarter will happen in the Fourth Quarter Live on FanCred. We'll see you on Thursday. For Jared Sandler, at Jared Sandler on Twitter. I'm KT Fun Tweets on Twitter. We'll see you next time on Fourth Quarter Live on FanCred.